Hello, hi guys. Welcome to our webinar today. We are hosting this webinar on how Lantern uses Lantern. We are going to take a look at how our weekly workflows behind Lantern's own AI search and marketing execution runs. We are going to also show you how we find gaps, we decide the work, and how Lantern closes the loop. So who is Lantern? Lantern is a AI agent platform. We build softwares, we build AI agents that do marketing work for you. Now, we have raised a small check to help brands win in AI search, and how we do that is through Lantern's marketing agents. So AI is already changing how buyers find you. Around 48 to 50% of about 48 to 50% of tracked visibility queries on Google now shows AI overviews. About 900 million users visit ChatGPT on a weekly basis. Ranking fast no longer guarantees you are the answer. Representation and citation now matter alongside rankings, as at least 1% of users click inside a link in an AI overview. Roughly around 26% of all sessions in the Google search AI overviews appears. So all these metrics point to one thing: how your brand is getting discovered in the current visibility space, in the current search space, has changed. So again, tracking visibility isn't enough. Lantern closes the loop. Most tools in this space show you the analytics. While most tools in this space, all they do is, this is the data, find a way to deal with it. Lantern actually closes the loop. As number one, we analyze your visibility. We are able to have data on how your brand is showing up across both traditional search and AI search. Then Lantern agents work with evidence to create tasks that needs to be done in order to move your ranking and visibility forward. Using the evidence from the Lantern context, we are able to take action where we now do the actual work to make your brand win in both search frontier. Then lastly, of course, it's to complete the loop, we do actually measure the improvements. So Lantern started as a visibility platform. We used to track how you appear in AI search, show you the data, then that's it. Now Lantern has evolved to a complete agentic marketing execution, where we have marketing agents that run the entire loop, from research to content generation to publishing to your CMSs, and actually measuring the performance of the content that we actually produce from the platform. So again, from the baseline, all the marketing agents in our platform, they do start from the data point of view. This is the data. Then it makes decision based on that data, then execute, then measure. So today, what you're going to see during this webinar is number one, how do we find evidence that matters? Number two, how do we turn that evidence into an actual task that the agent can run? Then number three, how does the agents actually do run the task? So I'll jump right into Lantern. So once you land on Lantern, you get to see this beautiful page with your brand context. So straightforward into the home chat, you can see we have something called Lantern IQ. So what is Lantern IQ? Lantern IQ is the brain to the marketing agents that we have on our platform. This is where we have context about your brand. What does your brand do? What topics do you care about? What prompts do you want to talk about? How's your traffic like from Google Analytics? How's your pages data context from your search console? And you can actually configure all these contexts under your brand kit. If you go to your brand kit, you'll find three different sections. So number one is your brand book. This is where we have the basics of your brand. What does your brand do? What is your voice and tone? What are the topics that you care the most about? Who are your competitors? And of course, you can always edit all this information. If you want to do visual identity, you can actually do that because we have agents that help you create presentations from the platform. Now, if we go back to our brand kit, and then we go to the knowledge bases. So knowledge bases, this is the most important piece for the Lantern IQ. This is where you as a brand, you get to add more context about your brand, basically. If you have a proprietary report, if you have any data that you want these agents to always refer to when it's running any analysis, when it's doing any research, when it's tackling any task, you come to the knowledge base, then you can create a knowledge base, you can create groupings if it's maybe data for like a report, or if you are looking to do product expansion and you are creating materials for that, you can actually do that in your knowledge base. The other third aspect that forms part of the Lantern IQ is your prompts library. So and a prompt library, this is now where you as a brand come in and set up what topics you want to be tracking for and what specific prompts do you want to track how your brand appears in AI search. Now, if we go back to the Lantern homepage and then we just ask our Lantern IQ, hey, what does our brand do? So you are able to see that in every single answer from our Lantern IQ, it always grounds in our brand context, the knowledge-based data. So we are able to see what, for example, in this case, what Kotelab does, who they work with, and what they prefer, what they do, and all those things. Basically, it's grounded in the brand, like basically grounded in the brand context. Now, we as marketers, we have a lot that we need to do. And most of the time we need to, figure things to prioritize maybe over some others. So in Lantern, in the Lantern agent, you can just, ask it, what are the three highest priority for this brand this week? Just it's a simple prompt. But then you're going to notice that the Lantern IQ, it actually goes deeper. It finds the evidence. It looks at the data in the platform, looks at your AI visibility, goes ahead, looks at your Search Console data, goes ahead, finds your Google Analytics. Then it analyzes this data, it pieces everything together, then it gives you a response. Now, this response is personalized to your brand and it's grounded in data. You can actually see it, quotes the data. So every response, every decision, every execution is based on your data. So like in this case, action step number one, move the proposed AI search implementation sprint into, so we're able to see that quality appears in about 12% of the track prompts for this specific topic. You're able to see this data. This is live data. So just to drive the point home again, everything that these agents do are grounded in your brand context. Now, assuming we want to know which pages are cited the most in AI answers, and then we need to also compare these our pages against maybe our competitors or independent external sources. You can just chat to it like in a normal chat, and then again it's just going to dig into the data, do analysis and stuff, and then it's going to come back with a plan for you. Now we can already see like in this brand's case, Lab homepage, it gets cited 10 times. If you compare that to Spot AI, who is a competitor's homepage, if you compare that to YouTube, which is an independent external source, you are literally going to see that if we are going to ask this agent of ours any question, it's not going to hallucinate or try to come up with some generic response, or just come up with the general marketing answer to your needs. I mean, all we've been doing since now is just querying the data. What if we actually want the agents to do something for us? Let's say we want it to generate a brief for us because we are looking to target more enterprise clients, and we want to actually close that gap so that we ensure the brand is visible. And so we are able to see that it's now thinking, and then it's going to come to us with a brief of what we are looking to see. Now you'll notice here that since we asked the agent to do something, it actually went ahead and spin up a specialized agent that all it does is just do this specific thing and do it very well. So in this case, it has so in this case, it has gone ahead, spin up a specialized agent that actually does content briefs. So let's open the agent to see how or what that agent does. Okay, so we now have the brief, and you can actually see how structured that brief is. So we get a a nice little summary of what we are trying to achieve with this specific task. And then we also have the data on the search intents. We want to dominate the commercial intent for this specific keywords or queries for this specific. We also have access to the target audience, which is literally what we were looking for. We were looking to ensure that Kote is visible to enterprise clients. So we have the primary persona, role and environment, what they do, their pain points, level of awareness, and all that. And then it goes ahead, gives us a few titles recommended we can work with. And of course, you can literally tell that these keywords are purposeful, created to win that specific query or keyword that you're looking to. Now we have the content outline, how in this case, the article should flow, H2s, H1s, and all those. And then to the bottom, you're going to find the key points to cover. In as much as we are trying to generate a draft, these articles are going to cover specific things. And the main reason why we have the key points in every draft is so that every article that we generate is going to be grounded, number one, and number two, the semantic chunking aspect of it. So it's going to be easily extractable by AI engines, and that's how we ensure that your content always ranks for AI search. Now, once you're satisfied with this, you can actually go in and edit a few things if you feel like some few things have been misrepresented. You can also add more content. If you were to add an image, you can literally do that. Now, one thing to also mention is this editor supports collaboration. So you and your team can work together to create the draft. If you need to edit anything or if you need approval from your colleague, you can actually collaborate on the same. Now, once you are done reviewing the draft, we have a human in the loop where once you're satisfied, you can trigger the next set of actions, which in this case, we want to create an article or a blog to ensure we rank for this specific keyword. So to the top right, you have the create content draft. And then once you do that, it again calls another specialized agent that actually does the work. Again, it goes back, reads your content, searches the knowledge base. You can actually see an evidence on that. And it goes, searches for the web. What pages are currently winning? What do they have in common? How have they done their content? How are they presenting? What is the flow? After the whole process of research, it then goes in and drafts an article for you. So let's give it a few. Okay. So we now have an output where you can actually see a blog that has been done from the ground up to the final step, which is literally the final blog. Now we have the blog. You can see we also do the internal linkings back to your key sites from the knowledge base. We also do linkings to third party citations. I mean, marketing runs on content, and most of these contents are interlinked, the backlinks and stuff. So we do that for you. And then once the agent is finished generating this copy, it actually publishes this blog to your CMS. So you are able to see how Lantern works from the start to the end. Just go to the home chart, talk to your data, try to understand what ABCD should you prioritize. And then you ask the agent to give you a plan. Once you have a plan, you can ask the agent to execute the plan, then also take the next step from that and hand over to their next agent. Just to also show you more context to where this data came from. If you go to analytics, you have your data in human readable format. If you like, classic charts, you can see your visibility, you can see your ranking, the top sources, and citations, what pages are winning, how is your own domain performing. You can also have access to the final URLs that are getting cited. So in case you need to, go in and do research on the same, this is literally the context that our agents have. It studies why these pages are performing well. Then it's, helps you create content based on this evidence. Now, under traffic again this is where you can go in and see context from your search console. So how many sessions are coming to your site, how many users are coming to your site, what's the number of page views, and then most importantly, how many people are coming to your site from AI referrals. The other beautiful aspect to part of the context that our agents rely on is the search console data. So this is live data from your search console. What keywords are currently leading traffic to your page? What pages are driving traffic to your pages also? What devices? Where are these people from? What country? And then we also have a second row of recommendation. Now, one thing that I should show you guys next is once you go back to the Lantern home, you'll have this section here. So every single day we have an agent that is always running. Every single time a visibility is done, there's an agent that picks that up, runs, does analysis for you, and then you get a daily signal. After every single run, every single action taken, you get a signal from these agents. So these are the things that you should prioritize the most for the day. It's just trying to help you as a marketer and reduce your workload. So you can explore the same inside the chat console. Now, we have a very beautiful set of templates that every marketer, I believe, should be using it on Lantern. So Geo Agent, you want to understand how your brand shows up in AI Agent, specific prompts, just anything to do with that. If you are doing keyword research, you are trying to see where to capture opportunities from competitors and stuff. You are trying to do audit on your competitors. What are they doing? How are they? What's their flow like? What are they prioritizing and stuff? Content brief. If you wanna, you know, create a content to support a page that is already ranking to achieve the internal linking or semantic chunking, you can create a pillar article agent. You want to do SEO analysis, you want to do ads analysis, or you already have a blog and you want to see, number one, is this blog factual? I mean, in this current age where every marketer is using AI to generate content, AI hallucinates a lot. Assuming you have a blog and you want to actually verify that every single thing in that blog is accurate, you can just spin up a Lantern Trust and QA agent, uh, provide the brand context, and then choose uh, the level of quality control you want to achieve. Then you can just paste in your URL. Now, ChatGPT has rolled ads, which is basically a version of Google Ads, but for AI. In Lantern, you can connect your Lantern account to the ChatGPT ads account. You can actually run all your ads from Lantern. So Lantern will have a look at your data. Lantern will have a look at the landscape, and then it will create the ads automatically for you from the dashboard. All you have to do is go to our integrations and find, the ChatGPT ads integration there, where you can connect your ChatGPT. Just need to provide your key token, and once you have that connected, Lantern can handle, manage, update, refresh, or maybe change a few things based on the data, how your ads are performing, and so and so on. Now that we're in this page also, Lantern works with your brand context. I think I've literally said this like a million times now. So the more context you give to the Lantern agents, the more personalized data you will get, or the more personalized output or articles you are able to work with. Now, that's just a brief of what we are trying to do at Lantern. It's basically trying to help you do more without increasing headcount. Help you automate the things that should be automated.
Right. Great, Collins. Thanks for taking us through the dashboard. A few questions from our users. So, during this question is on whether AI traffic convert, can convert better.
Uh,
All right. Next question from from Lynn. She asks, "You have to know whether visibility improving over time with planting you."
okay. So yes, directionally, I mean, not in the traditional Google Analytics, how Google Analytics measures traffic, but we can track the citation share per engine or per topic or, trend over time. Are we being cited more? Is our competitor gaining ground? Are new sources entering the trend? I mean, it's a play where you have to look at the data and how the data is trending. So there's no a single definitive metric yet. We are still early in this answer engine optimization. The industry still doesn't have a universal standard way to measure search, but you can do that using trends on citation data, AI search traffic data. So yeah.
All right. For the question that I actually really like, how often do agents do this?
Well, more often the traditional ranking moves. Citation shifts can Citation shifts week to week, depends on model updates, retraining, and how these engines, re-index sources. Like for example, 2 months ago, you could go and ask ChatGPT, what's the best shoes to buy for running, and ChatGPT behind the code will do the query panels where it would use Google as a source. So from that aspect, most of the answers that you're going to get are grounded in Google. But then in the last 1 month, they have actually started relying more on Bing. So if you are ranking well in Google, but then you are not ranking well for Bing, uh, I'm sure you have already realized that your citations or AI traffic from those sites are now going down because how OpenAI currently that how they currently do the grounding has changed. So to answer that question, it's a bit more volatile at the moment, uh, and that volatility is actually like the argument for continuous monitoring instead of just a one-time audit or a snapshot from last quarter to work with.
All right. So, for that, I think you mentioned it. You, I think you wanted to more on the questions on whether actually ask open-ended questions or pattern. Like for example, most important, like for example, what most important is this week?
Yeah, you can literally ask open-ended questions on Lantern. I mean, that's literally the design intent of Lantern IQ. It's, this is a chat box where I have all the context from your marketing flow. So any question that is marketing related, it's just going to pull from your brand context, current initiatives, your visibility data. And, if there's also a step where you have to take an action, and it's going to do that. So to answer that question, Lantern IQ was primarily built to help you access your data in the chat format.
All right, next, Collins. This is a lot of land. Um, how many weeks until my team is comfortable using?
Yeah. So the learning curve on Lantern is it's pretty much straightforward. It's very simple. We are all used to the chat-based access. We all use the cloud, the GPTs, the Geminis. So at this point, we are all accustomed to such interfaces. So just jumping into Lantern, you still get access to the same interface that you've been using all along. You talk to your data, uh, you know, in chat form. I mean, if you also want to go the classic graphic way, you can go to analytics. Uh, move between tabs, see the citations. It's presented nicely. So that's learning curve from other tools to Lantern. It's pretty much straightforward. It's very smooth, and you'll feel right at home immediately.
Right. One question will take questions. Um, if starting from scratch today is the fast learning workflow you'd implement to improve AI visibility for the next 90 days.
Yeah. If you are a new, if you're looking to be a new Lantern customer, the first thing that you should do once you have access to Lantern is just rush to your brand knowledge base, run to your brand kits, provide all the context that you need the Lantern agents to work with. Now, once you have done that, just open the Lantern IQ Home, just talk to your data, prioritize the hanging fruits. What topics against your competitors are easier to win? Is it to focus more on, getting cited? Is it to focus more maybe on something else? But once you have this brand context in your brand knowledge base, just rush into the Lantern IQ. Plus, once you are there, it's going to guide you on step by step, like what you need to prioritize depending on your brand use case. Because for different brands, you're going to have different use case. Maybe for one brand, it's technical issues. For another brand, it's authority. The other brand could be something else. So first of all, provide the context so that when you're trying to actually research and understand what to focus on, you're able to get a very detailed, personalized answer for your specific use case.
Okay. I know I said I was walking by the one. So Colin, what marketing workflow has saved you and your team the most?
Yeah, in 2026, let's call it June 2026. Uh, I mean, any brand at the moment can run. If they wanted to run 50,000 articles in this next 1 week, they can do that. So that level of execution, the mass level of execution, is no longer the barrier. All Lantern, the specific execution flow that I would say has saved me personally a lot of time is the fact that we are able to produce, the grounded uh, content. I mean, content, content is still king. It's what marketing still runs on. So having those workflows where I, as a marketer, I can go in and create these very well done articles where we achieve extractability and semantic chunking, query panouts at scale, without actually having to do a lot of research. And it's very beautiful. Just what do you want to achieve, given the context, then it actually does the work for you. All you have to do is approve and go into your CMS and switch that button from draft to live. And basically everything is in autopilot. You are there to maybe do the normal quality control, but the entire execution flow where I don't have to do much at scale.
I think that marks and our session. Colin, thank you for taking us through it, answering questions, making it joined us, and making time to be with us. We will the recording of the webinar up next few hours, so it will be time for that is up. Yeah, coming again. Thank you for taking us. Have a lovely day. Until next time. Cheers.